is the foreign minister.
Do you have a perfect view?
Because of the flower arrangement, will it be alright with you guys? It will cost me a lot.
Good afternoon, distinguished members of press, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to inform you how we will proceed with this press conference. Firstly, His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Union of Myanmar, in our capacity as Chairman of the ASEAN, will make the press release. And then Mr. Secretary General will also make his own press release. Then both Excellency will take his press release.
Representatives from international media and correspondents we have discussed during the course of the meetings and what are the outcomes. At the outset, let me brief you on the meetings. The ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting, the 11th APSA meeting, and the 14th ACC meeting, which were convened today. Today is special and meaningful for ASEAN as we successfully concluded the AMM, the 11th ASEAN Political and Security Community Council meeting, ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting, and the 14th ASEAN Coordinating Council meeting. These meetings were held back-to-back with the 24th ASEAN Summit at this Myanmar International Convention Center, one in Naypyidaw, today. The meetings are the second ASEAN Ministerial meeting. Mr. Lee Myung-min also participated in the meeting. At the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting, AMM, we discussed the progress of work on the establishment of ASEAN community, on the ASEAN community's post-2015 vision, and that by the high-level task force on strengthening the ASEAN Secretariat and reviewing the ASEAN organs. Foreign ministers also exchanged views on the external relations and the regional and international issues. At the 11th ASEAN Political and Security Community APSC Council meeting, we, the ASEAN foreign ministers, exchange views on the developments made by sectoral bodies under the ASEAN Political and Security Council. The implementations on the recommendations from the 7th Coordinating Conference for the ASEAN Political Security Community, and on how to expedite the implementation of the remaining ABSC action lines, which are under process of implementation of the ASEAN ABSC blueprint. During the 14th meeting of the ASEAN Coordinating Council, the ministers discussed on the preparations for the 24th ASEAN Summit and also on the reports to be submitted to the 24th ASEAN Summit. The discussion also focused on reports of the Secretary General on the work of ASEAN, on the functions and operations of ASEAN, and other reports submitted by the ASEAN Foundation, Committee of Permanent Representatives to ASEAN, the Task Force on Initiative for ASEAN Integration, IAI, ASEAN Connectivity Coordination Committee, ACCC, the ASEAN Coordinating Council Working Group, ACCWG, on ASEAN Communities Post-2015 Vision, the ASEAN Coordinating Council Working Group on the Membership Application by Timor-Leste, the High-Level Task Force on Strengthening the ASEAN Secretariat and Reviewing the ASEAN Organs. In all of the meetings, the ASEAN Foreign Ministers, we have reaffirmed our commitments to build a peaceful and prosperous ASEAN community. Thank you.
The Minister and Chairman has informed you of the result of the initial meetings preparation for the summit. So I just am open to questions.
Concerns over China's recent acts in the sea. Can you sort of give us the gist of what the message is going to be tomorrow at the summit?
In the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meetings this morning, we have discussed about the South China Sea, and the ASEAN ministers in consensus adopt a statement expressing our concerns about the situation, and we ask all the parties to resolve the issue in a very peaceful manner. Thank you.
Next, please.
I understand that the statement you will be issuing is rather very generic. It doesn't mention any specific incident. Is there any concern that it might not be a powerful enough statement to actually make an impact on the ground?
The statement issued by the ASEAN foreign ministers, touch upon the instruments, the agreements, documents regarding the conduct of ASEAN and China with regard to South China Sea. So what we have in the statement, the ministers expressed serious concern on the ongoing development in South China Sea. The ministers all urged all parties concerned. Of course, in this case, what are the parties concerned? Because all the documents mentioned here concern the conduct of China and ASEAN in South China Sea. We have here the mentioning of the joint statement of the 15th ASEAN-China Summit on the 10th anniversary of the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in South China Sea. We have the mention of the ASEAN 6-point principle on the South China Sea. And we have, the mention of the DOC, which is the document adopted by ASEAN and China back in 2002 on the conduct of parties in South China Sea, and with the mention of the COC, which is to be a binding instrument that ASEAN is working with China for its early conclusion. So, which countries are mentioned here in the statement?
In the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meetings this morning, we have discussed about the South China Sea, and the ASEAN Communities Post-2015 Vision, the ASEAN Coordinating Council Working Group, ACCC, the
Any more questions?
Launched the joint smart visa scheme, and what are the benefits if it is launched?
Oh, it is a project that ASEAN is working on. We are not there yet.
One last question, please. Over there on the left.
This is good afternoon. This is Kindly Job from Myanmar 11, a joint publication between Asian Multimedia Group and 11 Media. I would like to raise a question to both Minister and the Secretary General. Earlier this week, a senior official from the Asian Development Bank said in Manila that it is highly unlikely that ASEAN will achieve all the targets it has set out to be a fully integrated regional economy, given the difficulties implementing the measure to integrate and harmonize the non-tariff barrier. How do you want to respond to that comment? If it's turned out to be true, what kind of area may impose several barriers to the ASEAN integration? Thank you.
Many assessment on the process of ASEAN integration. Let me tell you what is, ASEAN's own assessment of where we are in this process. Up to now, we have implemented 80% of all the measures due under the 3 community blueprints, the one for the political security community, where about 71% of the measures have been implemented. The economic community, where about 81, nearly 82%. Targeted of the measures targeted for completion by 2013 have been implemented, and the social cultural pillar where more than 90% of the measures due under the blueprint have been implemented. So overall, about 80% of all the measures due under the 3 blueprints have been implemented. You should be also aware that the original deadline for the ASEAN Economic Community was 2020. It's out of the desire to accelerate the process of ASEAN integration that the leaders of ASEAN decided to push forward the deadline to 2015. So if you look at the fact that we really started the process of implementing all these measures only in 2009, and after less than 6 years of implementation, we have implemented more than 80% of all the measures under the blueprint. So by effort, about 13% a year. We have 1 year and a half, actually 2 years, because what has been implemented since the beginning of 2014 has not been assessed. The percentage I mentioned was the result of implementation up to the end of 2014. So overall, I think we are on track, and we are quite confident that by December 2015, the deadline set for launching the ASEAN community will be able to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is the end of written copies.